Hi everyone, and welcome back to a new video with the Timezone Junkies. For you who don't know us, I am Marlin and this is my husband Alex, and in today's video we're going to talk about our top 5 favorite countries to hitchhike through.
And obviously when we talk about the top 5, number 1 is going to be our most enjoyable place that we've hitchhiked through so far. So coming in at number 5 is Thailand, and that's actually where we are now. So what's so good about hitchhiking in Thailand, Marlon?
Well, on the plus side we have the people, which are very friendly and very keen on helping foreigners. They're very curious about foreigners standing on the side of the road. I mean, why wouldn't they be? Thailand is a Buddhist country, and the Buddhist people, they want to get good karma, and giving something to others or helping others is good karma. So people will stop when you're standing on the side of the road if the traffic is not crazy fast and they actually have the opportunity to stop.
We're also going to mention some negative points about each country as well, and for Thailand that would be the fact that they don't always understand what you're trying to do when you're standing by the side of a road. Sometimes they think you're waiting for a bus or a taxi, but when they do stop and take you, you might end up arriving at a bus station, a train station or a taxi stop instead of staying on the main road that you wanted to go on.
So here we are, Bantapandyai. We've just walked 2 kilometers from a train station where our last lift dropped us off.
So this is the reason that Thailand is not number 1 on our list. Even if you have a hitchhiking letter explaining what you're doing, they just don't understand why anyone would want to do that. They will think that you are poor. They might even want to give you some money. Coming in at number 4 is Azerbaijan. And what are the good things about Azerbaijan, Alex?
Well, before we arrived in Azerbaijan, we hadn't really heard much about it. We didn't have many expectations, but when we arrived, we were blown away by the friendliness of the people, the hospitality that they showed us. And a good example of this was when we went in somebody's car. They were actually a couple, and they stopped in this really local restaurant that had nice surroundings, nice view of the local scenery, and we had an amazing lunch with lots of different types of Azeri meats and typical dishes. Oh, it was just delicious. Really
and they
nice.
Invited us. They just wouldn't let us pay. And the only reason that Azerbaijan is not going higher up on our list is because we just didn't spend enough time there.
And our 3rd favorite country to hitchhike in is Georgia.
And the reason that Georgia is on top of Azerbaijan is simply because we have spent a lot more time there. We've seen more places, we've met more people, etc. So what are the good things about Georgia?
Well, of course the people, like everywhere else in the world, but definitely the hitchhiking. You really don't have to wait long in Georgia. Sometimes we waited as little as 0 seconds to get a ride. Just incredible.
I think we have a new hitchhiking record for the fastest ride. It was literally, put my thumb out, 2 seconds later a car stopped.
Yeah, we had this one day. I think there's a video about it. We might link it up here. And we had 3 rides in a row, I think in a row, I'm not exactly sure, but we waited for less than 1 minute for those 3 cars in the same day. Absolutely amazing. And then you have the people. They might seem a little bit sour in the beginning, but they're really hospitable, really friendly. They will go out of their way to help you. They'd never hesitate to stop. Seriously, you might have several cars stopping. You might not even stick your thumbs out sometimes. And yeah, they invite you to your home. They'll give you food. We have some instances where we got invited to people's homes and they packed bags full of food for us, for our journey, for camping. Yeah, it's really nice.
So we still haven't gotten very far, but we got invited
To our driver's house.
so that's nice.
Homemade vanilla ice cream.
And another great thing about Georgia, of course, is the food. Marlon briefly mentioned it there, but the restaurant food is really nice. They have something called kinkali, which is really good. Wine goes back thousands of years in Georgia, and it's very, very good and reasonably priced too.
But there are some negatives about hitchhiking in Georgia as well. They drive like rally drivers, like lunatics sometimes, and there are no seat belts.
I'm going to put up a video just up here somewhere, and this was when we were coming back from Kachki-Pila and we were going back in towards Tbilisi again, and we were in a guy's car, and wow, for the hour in his car, every single corner he went round, the wheels were screeching. My heart, I was sitting in the front, I was like, I nearly had a heart attack. God, my heart is fucking out, it's a crazy ride.
Funny thing is that I was like relaxed in this car. I don't know how that was possible because that was a proper rally driver, wasn't it, Alex? Were you scared?
It was a bit crazy, yeah. Crazy.
So if you don't want to die in a car accident, do not hitchhike in Georgia. But if you want to get picked up in less than 5 minutes, have amazing experiences and see amazing nature, then do hitchhike in Georgia. Coming in at number 2 is Armenia, and it's quite interesting because we only spent a week in Armenia and we're putting it on number 2, even though Azerbaijan is a country where we actually probably seen a little bit more. The fact that we did that is that we were just completely blown away by Armenia in so many ways.
Yeah, the food was amazing, the people were so hospitable and so friendly. People stopped their cars by the side of the road just to get out and come up and say hello to us and then get back in their car because they didn't have space and drive away. Just amazing.
Yeah, seriously, it was amazing. We've never had that anywhere else. And he picked us up, we just put a thumbs up and he literally just stopped.
Yeah.
He's not even going our way and now he's taking us anyway.
I don't know where he's taking us, but hopefully in the right direction.
Yeah. And we had such a cool experience when we were leaving Lake Savan on our way back to Georgia, and this school bus stopped. Can't go with the school bus, can we?
The most random experience ever.
Full of partying people with their parents. Well, they weren't drinking because they were young kids, but they were singing and dancing basically in the school bus, and we got to go with them for a few kilometers. It was amazing. Anyways, beautiful country, and we've only seen very little of it. In Armenia they don't drive like lunatics like in their neighboring country Georgia, which was also very surprising, which is also putting it on top of Georgia.
It felt much safer to go in people's cars in Armenia, which is obviously a big plus.
So are there any downsides about hitchhiking in Armenia?
Well, this is also related to Azerbaijan. So Azerbaijan and Armenia have been having some problems for a very long time over a region called Nagorno-Karabakh. And I'm not going to go into the ins and outs of this situation, but yeah, it's quite a negative thing when you're in most countries. You can't talk about each other and it's very prevalent, and yeah, it's just a shame really.
Yeah, and when you cross into Armenia and they see that you have an Azerbaijan stamp in your passport, they will question you. Equally, the same thing happens when you go to Azerbaijan and you have an Armenian stamp. They are not big fans of that, and if you have any products from Armenia, you're gonna have to leave them behind.
They asked, have you been to Armenia? I said yes. And they said, how long for? And they asked for tourism. I said yes. That was it.
They also check in your passport if you have been to this region. What was the name of the region?
Nagorno-Karabakh.
And if that is stamped in your passport, then they won't let you into Azerbaijan. So that's very sad. But that's a downside, not only for Armenia, but for Azerbaijan, almost even more so for not only hitchhikers, but for travelers. Da-da-da-da-dam! It's time for number 1. Can you guess which country number 1 is? Come on, let us hear. Which country is number 1?
Nope, not that one.
Nope.
Yes, you got it.
Yay!
Hey. And it is, ding ding ding,
Turkey!
Yes, of course it is. Where else would it be?
Where else would it be? Turkey is such an amazing country to hitchhike through. Sure, it isn't the country where we have beaten hitchhiking records because that's Georgia, but the people are absolutely amazing. We have never met hospitable people like Turkish people in any other country that we have traveled through.
Thank you very much.
Memnun oldum. Çok sevdim sizi.
Yeah.
İnşallah bir daha geldiğinizde bir daha görüşürüz.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Çok teşekkür ederim.
Rica ederim.
Yeah, it's just incredible how nice they are, and a good example of this was when we were in Masra. We arrived to this coastal town and we were looking for somewhere to camp, and obviously there was nowhere to camp because it's quite a rocky kind of town. And we started walking up a hill, and then some people shouted down from a window, "Where are you going? What are you looking for?" And we said, "Oh, we're looking for somewhere to camp." and then they pointed to some people across the road, and it turns out that one of the guys there, he had a nice garden with lots of fruit and space for us to put up our tent.
Last night we were walking around just before the sun went down, looking for somewhere to camp. Anyway, we were walking up a hill out of the city, and we asked some people on a balcony. They weren't sure, and they asked somebody on the other side of the road, and we went over there. They said, yeah, dear friends, you can come and stay in our garden. So yeah, we're in this nice garden. We've got plums, pears, apples, walnut, hazelnuts, sweet corn over there. It's a nice camping spot.
It was really nice. We could use their kitchen. Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, it was really nice. I don't know how many nights did we spend there? Two
or three nights.
Two or three nights, yeah. And then they even cooked for us. We ate together. Yeah, it was absolutely amazing. And that is just one example out of so many. Another thing is couch surfing. It's not very related to hitchhiking or camping, but if you send a couch surfing request in Europe, in a popular bigger city, you have to send lots of requests and you might not find anywhere to stay. In Turkey you send one request and they say yeah, come stay at my place. It's absolutely amazing.
We are out for a walk with Halil. Here he is.
This is a cook.
Yeah, there's a big cock over there. No, no language like that. Okay. Cockerel.
Cockerel.
Well, the rooster.
To lovely food and great hosts.
And lovely guests.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Cheers, mate. Cheers.
So, rock and roll. Rock and roll.
Alright, so like that, right?
Rock and
Yeah. We spent the whole month of Ramadan there this year, which is the fasting month in Islam. And even though some of the people were fasting, they still gave us food because they know that we're not fasting, and they didn't care. They just wanted us to have full bellies. These people are fasting because it's Ramadan, but we're not, and we got cake. They invited us.
Good Aiden, yes. We're in the little marketplace where we slept yesterday. We're just about to have breakfast with them.
Actually, they are not having it. We are having it because they are still fasting for another day or two. So
Yeah, it's
that's
very nice.
hospitable of them.
So let's show you around.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
It
really
was
incredible.
really nice. So we can speak about Turkey for hours and hours and hours. But something else that is really nice about hitchhiking in Turkey is obviously all the destination. It's such a varied country. There's so much. You've got the Black Sea coast in the north with big lush mountains. You have the west coast, which is more like the Mediterranean. It is the Mediterranean.
Yeah, and it's just really beautiful. Wow, crystal clear waters down by Fethiye, just amazing.
And then you have Cappadocia and all these amazing caves and rock formations. Like, we can go on forever. And then the southeast, which doesn't even feel like Turkey.
Yeah, it's always places. They're just, everything's so different, and you can drive through all these different places and it changes every couple of hours, the types of scenery. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
However, Turkey does have one negative. At least it did when we were there, and kind of still does. And what is that?
Politics. You don't necessarily want to speak politics with your drivers unless you are of the same opinion. When we were in Turkey last year, it was coming up to election, and it was quite heated, and we ended up in quite a few cars that were supporting the current president in Turkey, a person that we as Western Europeans can't support. I'm sorry, our Turkish viewers, if you are watching this and you are supporters of him, we're very sorry. We're just not of the same opinion. Let's not have a big argument down here in the comments field, because we don't want to do that. What we want to say with this is what?
So when you're in the car with someone and you have different opinions, it's, in our opinion, it's a little bit rude to start arguing with them, because they're doing you a favor, you know, they're giving you a lift somewhere, so you should be grateful. If they want to talk about it, We let them talk about it, but we just kind of stay neutral, nod and smile.
It hasn't really been a problem that many times because most of the time there's a language barrier, so we can't really talk about it anyway. And I actually have to add that most of the times people don't even mention politics. There's one thing though that your drivers might want to talk to you about in the car, and it's not a negative thing, it's actually a very positive thing and very encouraging thing for humanity. So obviously, as we are from Western European countries, the Turkish people assume that we are Christian. What they normally say is, I'm a Muslim, you're a Christian, this is not a problem, government politics is a problem, we are all the same, we have all the same feelings, and we can be friends.
Yeah, it's a really nice thing to experience, that you can be friends with anyone from any religion, any place on earth.
So that's it for this video, but before we end it, Alex has something to say.
So we always forget to mention this at the end of our videos, but we have a Patreon page, and a Patreon page is a place where you can go and donate something to people that you want to support, like artists, musicians, content creators on YouTube like us.
If you like our work, if you want to keep us on the road and you want to encourage us to make more videos and help us make more videos, you can become patrons and you can donate $2, $5, $10 a month. That's completely up to you. We would really appreciate it if you have a look at other travel YouTubers and creators. They have patrons and they wouldn't be able to travel full time and make all these videos and get new equipment if they didn't have patrons. That's what you can do. We also have a PayPal account which is linked to below, so if you don't want to give us monthly donations, you can always give us a donation here and there. We don't really like asking for this, but if you want to get patrons, you have to ask for it. It's like busking, really, like playing guitar on the street. I think Alex mentioned that in the last video. Anyways, that's what Patreon is, and we would love for you to become our patron. So this is where we're ending the video. Please give it a thumbs up. That also helps a lot. Give us a thumbs up and leave a little comment. Keep a conversation with us. It puts us higher up in the ranking, so that's also a way that you can help us improve our channel.
Do you agree with our top 5 hitchhiking countries? Obviously these are from our own experiences. Are there any you would like to add in there? Do you have any extra information about some of these countries?
Tell us about your favorite destinations, the countries that you have traveled through, maybe your top 5 travel destinations and why, whatever you like. If you have any questions about hitchhiking, about the countries that we have talked about today or any of the other countries that we have traveled through, drop us a line as well and we will answer you for sure. Don't forget to subscribe. Even more important, if you haven't subscribed already, and hit the little notification bell button.
And if you've made it to the end of this very long-winded video, big thumbs up to you guys. So
more big thumbs up for listening to us rambling at the end of the video, because this is really the part where we don't know what to say to you guys at all. But thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.